The trend of Southern Californian winners of the Buick Invitational continues as Nick Watney picks up his second career win. Here's a look back on the week from Torrey Pines.
Settle in as we rewind the week with the latest edition of Monday Backspin from PGA TOUR.com.
So Nick Watney has tournament in his hands. Got to make it to win. A California champion. Nick Watney's going to the Masters.
Hello, I'm Win McMurry. The beaches of La Jolla were the stunning backdrop of the latest PGA Tour stop, and it was one of the Golden State's own soaking up the sun. The laid-back, playful personality of the region was infectious, but as expected, last year's U.S. Open venue did not make it an easy game for the players looking to steal the title from Tiger, who has 5 trophies in the last 4 years from this piece of real estate. Local Charlie Hoffman was one of the many players who saw up close how Torrey can take away good momentum. Wind and rain mixed with sunshine had the 7,600-yard South Course playing extra long. Juicy, rough, and tough conditions rocketed the scoring average at the South Course to a 2 over 74. 18 and 36-hole leader Camilo Villegas didn't catch many breaks on the South Course either. He missed putts like this left and right Sunday during his quest for his 3rd PGA Tour victory. But he had quite a number of highlights as well, en route to picking up his first top 10 in 2009. 54-hole leader John Rollins looked to be the one conjuring some of Tiger's magic at Torrey. He was able to get some critical putts to drop, including this 21-footer for eagle on the par 5 13th on Championship Sunday to nab back the 3-stroke lead he held entering the final round. But it was Watney's game-changing 40-foot birdie putt on the par 3 16th that proved that Torrey does indeed smile on its California suns. In fact, since 1998, every winner except Jose Maria Olazabal has been born in the state. Unlike the paragliders off the cliffs of La Jolla, it wasn't smooth sailing for Watney. He made up a 5-shot deficit in the final round to become the first come-from-behind winner in 2009. Other comeback stories echoed through the Southern California tournament as Torrey Pines served as welcome wagon for some of the tour's biggest names. The 2008 PGA Tour Player of the Year made his season debut at Torrey Pines. After 3 rounds in the 70s, Padraig Harrington carded a 68 Sunday. More like it for the 3-time major champion who's going for the Patty Slam in 2009. Retief Goosen also kicked off his season at the Buick Invitational. Despite finishing even par for the tournament and tied with Harrington, Goosen also gave us reasons to be excited that the new tour season is underway.
And Goosen in trouble, left of number 4. Make it drop, so flying 3. But this is really helping. Excuse me.
You're joking me, Houston. Wow, what was that?
Phil Mickelson was also welcomed back in his hometown after missing the cut in his first start of the year.
I'm just going to brush it off and see how it goes this week and kind of start 09 new this week.
You made your first cut of the week, so of the year, so there you go, Phil.
Thanks. You're always looking at the positive. Thank you.
Another local man, Paul Goidos, returned to the scene after taking time off to care for his daughters after the recent passing of his former wife. And how about this for the Long Beach State fans?
Playing from 50 yards right in front of the green. Little knockdown sand wedge into the bank of the green that separates the front and the back. A nice shot here by Goidos, and he holds it out for eagle. Paul Goidos holds it out for eagle here at 6.
Southern California players were plentiful in San Diego, but one of the most touching stories of the week comes from Pat Perez.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the champion of the Bob Hope Chrysler Classic and my son, Pat Perez.
Proud father Tony volunteers as the first tee announcer of the Buick Invitational. Pat grew up playing at Torrey Pines, and at age 13, with the encouragement of his father, Pat began working on the range and continued to do so throughout high school. And in 1993, Perez won the Junior World Championship at Torrey. And this week, he's made the return trip to his hometown course as a PGA Tour champion. Brian Katrick of the PGA Tour Network on Sirius XM Radio shares his thoughts on the week.
When I reflect back on the 2009 Buick Invitational, I think back more of an attitude than anything else. Weather that was more of a science experiment than anything predictable, and just a laid-back Southern California state of mind that you seem to get in when you spend any time here in San Diego. 3 times in the last calendar year, the eyes of the golf world have focused on Torrey Pines, with the world's best players being the focus. This time was just a little bit different. No Tiger in the field, you're left to focus on other things, as the citizens here do. They'd rather be surfing or seal watching. It's just a different attitude here in Southern California, one that will continue as we move up the coast to Pebble Beach in Northern California, then right back down here for the Northern Trust Open. It's a different state of mind. It's fun to be here. I think the PGA Tour players best will agree, and I'm happy for the people here at Torrey Pines. They get their golf course back now after a full year in the spotlight. Sometimes change can be good too.
Yes, change can be good, Brian, and Torrey Pines certainly saw that this week with 27-year-old Watney taking Tiger's normal spot in its circle of champions. We'll have coverage from up the California coast in Pebble Beach starting Thursday.